And last time I gave you the list of the equipment or the tools to buy through online or locally, physically over there. I'm not sure whether you are able to purchase those tools, the equipment. If someone has already, then that would be really great. So we can work together virtually. If not, please enjoy what we are doing. So later on, yeah, the team of the high tech, they will guide you how to make it happen. Yeah. And this is the Arduino board, right? And what is mean by Arduino? Let me explain. An Arduino is an open source electronic platform. This Arduino board is an open source electronic platform used to build interactive projects. It combines like a microcontroller board, the hardware. Here you can see the chip, the microcontroller, and it is an easy programming software called the Arduino IDE. We have to install the Arduino IDE software, the application on the computer, on the system, on the laptop or the desktop, where you can do the coding and send the code to this Arduino board. And then it combines with the sensors, motor leads, and other electronic components. So this is the DC motor. And also you can combine with other sensors, like we have the Bluetooth module. Mm, it might be somewhere. Yeah, I'll show you from here. So this is the Bluetooth module. So you can use the Bluetooth module over here. And also the motor driver. So you can also use the motor driver. Yeah, you can see. And so many components, whatever we need. But basically, to develop that robot, we are using the Arduino board and the Bluetooth module and the driver, the motor driver. That is the most important things. And people use Arduino. Why we use the Arduino? Why we need? For what purpose we are using this open source electronic component, the hardware, to build the robot? Very simple. And also on the smart farming, to make the weather station, home automation, Internet of Things, the school science projects. And I'm sure, as you all are the teachers from the respective the schools, you might organized, yeah, some science project over there. So now we can integrate that electronic component, the sensors, to make more interactive and innovative on your science project, so you can inspire the children and the students. And a simple Arduino project can make the lead blinks, control motors, measure the temperature, collect weather data from sensor. And by saying that, let me show you the another device. So this is the weather monitoring device. And here are some sensors attached. So through the programming, through the coding, that board is over here, the inside. So it reads the data from that sensor in the real time and sends the data to the cloud. So that is what we developed. But the principle is based on the Arduino IoT system. And the main part of the Arduino, you see, in this Arduino, we need to know the main part of the Arduino boards. That is microcontroller. You can see the black here, the chip, which we call the microcontroller. It is the brain of the board. And here are several pins. If you see the black here, up and down or side by side, yeah, we will understand later on which pins works for what purpose. The pins are used to connect the sensor and devices, right? And the USB port. So here you can see the USB port used for programming and power to do the programming. And also we need the Arduino IDE software to write the code, because without software, the hardware doesn't work. And without hardware, there is no any meaning of using the software. So that's why we need both hardware and software as a two side of a same coin, right? So without missing one things, the another thing doesn't work and there is no any sense. So that's why the hardware and the software is both equally important to make it happen, to make it action, and to bring the dream into the reality. And what are the advantages of using the Arduino? That is what we need to know. It is very easy for beginners and low cost as well. And huge online community. There are so many huge online community. So once you Google like the Arduino online community, then you can find where you can share the ideas, share the projects, and troubleshoot the problems and so on. And works with many sensors and module. And this Arduino helps to works with many sensors. You can connect the multiple sensors and also the modules. And it is great for learning electronics and coding. This is the first, like your home is the first school, likewise, this is the first base to learn electronics and coding at the same time with the Arduino. So that's why it is very much important and there is so many advantages. And now we need to understand the basic understanding of microcontrollers and electronics. Before that, I will go to the next, the next slide. There are several types of Arduino boards, you see, like Arduino Uno. The one I'm holding here, this is Arduino Uno, and the Arduino, the Mega, LilyPad, Arduino BT, Arduino Nano, Arduino Mini, and so many versions of Arduino are available in the market. So we can easily get the Arduino board in the market very easily. And here also we need to understand the basic of the microcontrollers and the electronics. So what is meant by the microcontroller and the basic electronic concepts? It is equally important to understand before you use the Arduino, because you have to give the power to that device. So that's why you need to know about the power consumptions, the basic electronic concepts by which you can run your device in a smooth and a safe way, in a safer zone. Because if you provide the high voltage, it will blast. So that's why, what is a microcontroller? Microcontroller is a compact, single chip computer designed to perform specific control tasks and acting as the brain in device like airplanes, robots, and sensors. Yeah, you can see here the black chip. Over here, it is the microcontroller. And it is the single chip computer designed to perform specific control tasks. The specific tasks, that might be various tasks, specific. Just for example, if I want to move this robot forward, then I have to give the command. If I press the button forward, then the robot will move forward. That means this is a specific control task. This is very small one of the example, but later on in the next class, we will learn in depth. And core microcontroller components are the processors. It executes instructions, handling calculations and control. So what the processor's central processing unit is CPU does is it executes instructions, whatever you give the instruction, it executes. And you can see in the real world as the output. And handling the calculations and control. Memory contains flash memory for sorting programs, retains data when powered off, and RAM for temporary data storage while running. Here the RAM stands for random access memory. And input-output pins, interfaces that connect to external components like leads, buttons, sensors, actuators, the motors. So in the input-output pins, we connect those kind of these devices. This is one of the DC motor as an actuator. And here is the leads. I can show you. Very tiny. Here you can see here. So you can blink this lead by using this Arduino and the programming. And peripheral devices. Built-in functional blocks such as timers, counters, and analog to digital converters. Here you can see the analog to digital converters. Please just take a note or keep in the mind ADC, analog to digital converters. Later on, these terms will come very often. Mm. Yeah. And let's move to the basic electronic concepts, very basic. Uh, voltage. Voltage is a potential difference in very short. The potential difference we call the voltage. And in Arduino, normally we give the voltage from 5 volt or 3.3 volt. Also it executes, right? In current, symbols I, the flow of electricity. The flow of electricity we call current in very simple sentence. Flow of electricity. The pins you mean, here are several pins in the Arduino. And that pins cannot resist. Like example, maximum 40 milliampere. More than, if you give the current of more than maximum 40 milliampere, then it starts to heat and it will burn. So the recommended current for the pins, you see here the pins are in between 40 to 20, but recommended is 20 milliampere. And the ground, G and D, means the negative. That means the 0 volt. From the ground pin, you can get the 0 volt reference point that must be connected to complete the circuit. And the resistor is the crucial to prevent the short circuit. You see, resistors is very much important, especially in those kind of these projects. Not only this, whenever you are working on all the electronics projects, then the resistors is very much important. Why? To prevent short circuits and protect the component. Just for example, if I use this lead with this Arduino from 5 volt, then it will blast because this lead cannot resist the 5 volt. So that's why we need to use the resistor, right? But there are so many varieties of resistors. Through the calculation, yeah, we need to figure out which kind of the resistors we need. according to the current voltage. So that's why in the basic electronic terms, the voltage V meaning electrical pressure, current I, the flow of electricity, resistance, opposition to current, and power energy used. I hope you all heard and know about the Ohm's law. Now the Ohm's law is applied to calculate the resistors or current or voltage. Ohm's law is the basic law in electronics that explains the relationship between V means voltage, current, and resistance. So please write or note this formula. Voltage V equals to current multiplied by resistance. V is equal to I into R. And in Arduino project, yeah, you can see the highlighted part. Ohm's law is mainly used to protect the leads and the sensor, this lead and other sensors, and calculate the resistor values, control current safely, and prevent the damage to Arduino pins. So that's why in Arduino project, the Ohm's law, you see in the schools, in the science, in the physics, especially, we teach the students about the Ohm's law. And sometimes we don't know where it is applicable. But here in the very small, tiny project, the Ohm's law is applied. If we succeed to teach like that to the students, then they can easily understand in a practical way. So they can hold one device in a hand and make a formula. Through the formula, they can use either the resistors or they can calculate the voltage or current, and that gives them more interactive. And there are the different types of the Arduino board. And before I jump here, as some teachers are newer, so I need to go to another slide. Just a second. Just a second. Yeah, I'm sharing the another slide. Yes, it is here. Yeah, so let me share my screen. Yeah. So this is the robot we are going to develop during the 5 days course. So we are going to make the Arduino based Bluetooth robot. And this is the book I designed according to our experience and also involvement with the students and the rural people, how they can understand in a very easier way. So you see what is mean by robot again. The robot is an autonomous machine capable of sensing its environment, carrying out computations to make decisions and performing actions in the real world. In this project, we will learn how to make wireless Bluetooth controlled robot car using Arduino. The robotic car can be controlled wirelessly via smartphones. The smartphone has an application software. Also, we develop our own application software so you can control the robot. So the robot can move forward, you see, the backward, left, right, and also be stopped. So here you can see the block diagram. The block diagram of Arduino wireless. This is not the voice. The Bluetooth controlled robot is given below. I need to edit this. So what we need the smartphone, the Android app, and the Bluetooth phone Bluetooth, because I already show you the Bluetooth device. And in the transmitter section, receiver section, In the transmitter section, you need the phone. So through the phone, once you send the command to move forward, then by the help of the Bluetooth, it transmits your command to the Arduino board. And the Arduino board will process according to the code, the set of instruction, and then they give the instruction to the robot, to the L293D, the motor driver IC, so that will help to move the wheels either right, left, forward, backward, or stop. So this is happened in the receiver section. And what are the required component we need? We need Arduino Uno. I'll show you in the next, yeah. What do we need? We need the Arduino Uno board. We need SC05 Bluetooth module. It looks like that. And we need the another module called motor driver IC. So you can see in the 3C, we need that. A motor driver is an electronic device that acts as an interface between a control system, like a microcontroller, and a motor, allowing it to control the motor speed, direction, and torque. So here, the main purpose, the main use of this driver is to control the motor speed. Just please remember or write a note down. Later on, it will be very helpful. This motor driver allows us to control the motor speed, the direction, and the torque. That's it. So that is the things we need to know, these three terms. It controls the speed, direction, and torque. It essentially converts low current control signals into high current signals that can power the module. And another, we need the DC motor. So this motor is controlled with the DC voltage and can move in forward and backward direction according to the polarity of the voltage applied. So through the Bluetooth, through the telephone app, we send the command by connecting with the Bluetooth to the Arduino board, and the Arduino board will send the voltage, the required, actually the Arduino board sends the instruction to the motor driver in the form of voltage by which they can act. They can move in forward, backward direction according to the polarity of the voltage applied. Later on, we will do the practical things, how it works. And we need the wheels. Wheels are used to move the robot car in different direction. And we need the power adapter. This is used to give appropriate DC motor, DC power supply to microcontroller, driver IC, sensor, and other passive components of the robot. And of course, we need the smartphone, because in the smartphone, the software, the robot app will be installed there, and then you can able to control. And the another things, we need the jumper wires. So jumper wire looks like that. There are three kind of jumper wire. This is male. Yeah, you see the two pins in the two side. We call jumper wire, the male jumper wire. And here you can see in the one side there is a pin, and another side there is no pin, there is a hole. That is female. So this is, sorry. Yeah. This is female and this is male. Male, female jumper wire. So in the female, the male part here, we connect like this. So that's why we need the jumper wires for the prototype, the project activities. And another thing, we need the DC jack to connect the on the Arduino board. Here, you can write a note. The default name of the Bluetooth module is HC005. And the default password might be 40 000 or 1234. So this is the things we need to know, and we will discuss this later, how to assemble the robot. Once you have the equipment, if it is possible, then that makes much more easier to assemble together by learning on the image as well as on the video. Yeah. And this is the code, how it looks like. So in the Arduino IDE app software, we will do the code. We will write the set of instruction line by line by which the robot can act. We can control the robot. And these are the activities we successfully conducted the goals in ICT here in Nepal. We did the 2 days robotic workshop, and at the several schools and college we are doing. So this is the basic, the today's lesson. Why I am just giving in the summary, because today we have some new teachers, and from tomorrow we will go into the depth, by which that makes much more easier all of us to understand the skeleton of the robot, how to assemble, which wire, from which point the pin works for what purpose, and so on. So thank you so much. If you have any questions, please feel free to raise the questions. I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pradeep. I don't know if we have questions from anybody. You may want to take questions now.
Yeah, sure. I will send the course book, that PDF book, no problem, on the WhatsApp group, on the robotics WhatsApp group, by which you can take a look. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's fine. So do we have any question from anybody?
Hello, good
Okay.
afternoon, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, sir, in our last class, you sent some items that we need to buy using a link.
I think I
And now,
sent you.
yes, and now currently there are some items needed in that book. Which one are we going to buy? Oh, are they the same?
Yeah, they are the same, because I sent you the link and the list of the
Yes.
equipment. They all are similar, what I'm presenting.
Okay.
Yeah. And also in that list, I also shared you the link of this iron also as well, because we need to solder. If you are familiar with this iron on the soldering the electronics, that would be great. If not, we can also learn virtually, no problem. So in the list, I attached also the list of this soldering iron, right? So if you have those basic tools at your home, then that makes you feeling like you have a mini lab, so you can do a lot of things. Yeah. Is there other more questions?
Well, I think against tomorrow, is there anything you would like them to do? Because I know that some people are just joining for the first time, or if you can go through that particular one. Obviously, one of the things that we will want to encourage is for people to check on those items in your localities if you can find them. I'm sure in some of the electrical shops and the Arduino, maybe in your GSM villages, wherever you are, we can get some of those things. This is one of the very obvious practical classes. And if we are able to get anything, of course, our practical time is weekend, but for this class, for the sake of this class, many of these items should probably be available. We don't know how many schools can be supported, but like I said to everybody last week, these are the kind of courses that you are learning, not just for your school, but for yourself. So, like he said, soldering iron is like a tool for anything, everything. So every engineer, every scientist, everybody interested in any of these things need a soldering iron. Um, some other items like that Arduino board. We actually were hoping that by the weekend we can look at a way before the end of this program to support with every school to get some of those components. But for the sake of this class, and because Mr. Pradeep is not in Nigeria, if there is anything you want to check on your own in your locality, maybe you could take an advantage and go ahead and do that. Mr. Pradeep, I don't know if you want to take them through some of those components again, or what you said to them in the second class, so
Yeah,
that
well,
because
yeah, thank you. Yeah, well, if you have the component, that would be great. If not, I already uploaded the on the YouTube video, the e-learning module YouTube video. I'll share that video on the WhatsApp group, right? And then in the tomorrow class, what we will learn about the Arduino in depth. Let me just show you the slide, what we are going to learn tomorrow. By it, that makes you easier to be prepared as well. So tomorrow we will learn in depth there, like the 15 bullet points, right? Or 17. Like one number is for what purpose? That means this USB port, for what purpose we use. And all the components you can see in the Arduino board we are going to learn tomorrow. So tomorrow's session will be much more interesting as well as very important. So I hope you will join in a time. So that's why if you have the Arduino board in your hand, then you can see by yourself and you can learn together. So that makes much more easier to understand what that means. So that is my main intention and also the objective, to learn in a practical way, in a very practical base. So tomorrow we learn about this layout and circuitry of the Arduino Uno. And then I will instruct how to install the Arduino IDE software on your laptop or on your desktop. Because through this software, you can write a code and send the code to the Arduino. So that's why it is very much important. So tomorrow we will learn about this. And we will have, of course, some Q&A, questions and answering sessions, so we can support each other by sharing the questions and answers. Yeah, thank you.
all right. So, in addition to what Mr. Pradeep just told us, I'm sure by now you know that officially the training starts later in the evening by 8 p.m. Nigerian time. And then one of the things that we will be interwoven, or one of the courses, is IoT and embedded system. I know that if we have many of you that are here, I would likely suggest to you, especially everybody that's participating in robotics, one of the very best ways to enjoy robotics is when you are able to configure that board yourself. And that is what IoT and embedded system does. That board Arduino is done by some people. Mr. Pradeep, maybe you should raise it up again. This board,
Yeah.
the Arduino board, is something that in the IoT class, we will be able to design a board like that from the scratch through the embedded system. So I would suggest that as we choose courses to go through, Many of us should please, if you really are keen about being a robotic engineer or a good teacher in robotics, you can join the IoT and embedded system class. And that would help us to, it's more like interwoven, because like we saw a few of us that were there last week, if you learn something in digital literacy from starting from what is the computer, and you go to software and you begin to see hardware, like you heard him, there's nothing like hardware without a software, because something must run the hardware. At the same time, there's nothing like a hardware without the software, or vice versa. So what that means is that as teachers, we have encouraged that this program, and for this number of weeks that we have, you could navigate from 2, 3 courses at least that would help you to become much more professional and sound in all of this. So I would want to suggest that just like now, by tomorrow, when he's done with that, the only thing that will be remaining for this class is for us to have all those materials and begin to practicalize and begin to design and begin to develop your solutions depending on what exactly you want to do, either for agriculture or for security or for something else. Once the materials are there, it makes it simple. But because we are aware that we are all school, many of us at least are school teachers, you go to school. That's why the section of these evenings are virtual. So keep your learnings, go online to some of the links that has been shared. Let's read more. Let's get more excited about this. And then, first of all, try to see if you can get any material around there, so that when we have to do practicals, maybe on the Saturday, by the grace of God, now that we have almost so many people. Today, I see saw 1 or 2 persons joining that platform, and I've told them to close it so that nobody join again. But we don't want to go back any longer. We have tried enough to restart and restart, and that's what we are doing for all the courses tonight. So that people who didn't join, too bad, there's nothing we can do again. But one thing leads to the other in these courses. The more of the digital literacy you know, hardware you know, the better of some of those things. You meet them in the different classes as you continue. So for those of us who are here today, if you ask me, my own professional opinion, I would suggest you please join the IoT class so that you build a strong foundation of what Mr. Pradeep has taught, and then all the materials, even those who are doing, one wants to do solar panel, you will still need some of the items that he has mentioned in your solar class. So all of this is interwoven, and that is one of the beautiful parts of science and technology, and how we can use them to make a difference in our communities and in our environments. I am impressed by the number that have joined tonight, and I'm sure more people will still want to join. So please, if we don't have any other question for Mr. Pradeep, I think we're going to call it a day so that we can rest and then converge at 8 p.m. for another interesting section. And like I said, because our Mr. Pradeep is about 4 or 5 hours ahead of us, I'm sure by now in their country, in Nepal, it's almost about 8 or 9, 10 p.m. Am I correct? Pradeep, it's almost about 10 p.m. now or
And now
more.
it is 10:45. The time is
Uh-huh.
10:45,
So it's
almost
almost
11. Yeah.
11 p.m. Almost
Yeah.
11 p.m. in his own time. So we need to allow him to go and sleep. Thank you for being here again with us. We appreciate you. We see you tomorrow again by 5 p.m.
Yeah. Thank you.
The attendance for this class, I hope you have dropped it. There is always an attendance register every day. Our course rep, who was my course rep in this class last week? Is it Mr. Goodness? Mr. Goodness, hello. Is he here today? We chose a course rep here because this time is not the usual time for the whole class. I hope that the admin should have, please, Mr. Goodness, who is the course rep? Is he here now or he has joined another class? Do we have a new volunteer? So what the volunteer would do is to make sure that after this meeting, please, before you go, drop your contact. There is a robotic WhatsApp group. If you are not yet there, send me a private message. I will share the link of that WhatsApp group with you so you can join the WhatsApp group. So all the materials that Mr. Prajip is mentioning is already shared on the WhatsApp group. We can reshare it again and the materials that you have. And the effect of this class is that as you go back to school tomorrow, please share this lesson with your students, create the robotics group, and begin to share with them all the videos. If you can, please share it with them. As you teach those children, you are affirming your own knowledge more, and then you are helping the children to get more curious. So as the class is running, I want to appreciate the NCI schools. I think it's in Kaduna. We saw the video of the time they had with their students with solar panel, and I think some other course that they did. Several videos, and their children were catching up. I was really excited. This is what we want every school to do with us every day. As you have time with your children, everything you learn, either in robotics, in artificial intelligence, in solar, in all the courses you join, 5 of you, that's why we requested 5 teachers from every school. And we expected that all the teachers will not stay in one class. So one teacher is learning robotics, another is learning this. By the time the class is done in 2-3 days, you can exchange classes and then learn other new courses. By the grace of God, we are extending this training to 2 weeks so that you can even join 3 to 4 classes as the case may be. And that is because we want to ensure that you learn as many technologies as possible and you are able to together as a team, 5 of you. I know some schools have more than 5 teachers. You can come together and do something formidable for your children in the school. Please share the pictures, share the sections of teaching with the children. Those are evidences that you actually train them. And don't forget that this project is the Children's Summit. It is because we couldn't reach all the children and we want to make this project a nationwide effect. That's why we are training you teachers. So please, teachers here, primarily, you are here because of those children. And the hackathon and the competition will not involve you. It will be those children. So if you don't teach them what you have learned, it will show when the children are going through the quiz, the competition, and the hackathon. For those of us who are not school teachers, we allowed, because there are a lot of out-of-school children in Nigeria, which they informed our NGO that they wanted us to incorporate in this project. And by the way, you know that this is the month of the children, and it is our Children Technology Summit. So many of you who are not even teachers, we encourage that you should join so that if we need any of you to train the out-of-school children in any state, in any locality where you are, while the teachers are dealing with those in school, you can support our organization to train others. So people have chatted me and said, oh, what opportunities do they have? It's quite a lot. And we are excited that we are able to take a leadership role in this. We are not working alone. Several organizations. The facilitator tonight is one of our partners in this project, all the way from Nepal in India, and the CEO of the Sunways Technologies Research and Innovation of Nepal, which is one of the great supports from the UN family. So please, we want you to do well, to take advantage and to support yourself, support your school, and ensure that Nigeria becomes skilled um, country in terms of technology. And indeed, we will be excited that we are doing this together at the end of the day. So on that note, we're going to call it a day with robotics class day 1. We will take this as day 1 again because I have seen so many people here who are just joining for the first time. If there are no questions, if there is nothing else, please let us know so that we can wrap it up. Hello? All right, I will assume there is no other question. So, Mr. Pradeep, thank you for joining us again from Somewhere Research and Innovation Center. We look forward to meeting you tomorrow.
Yeah,
For the
thank
rest
you.
of
Thank you
us,
so much to you all. Yeah, thank you.
yeah, the rest of us will meet at 8 p.m. Thank you. Have a good
Okay, bye.
evening.
Take care. Yeah, have a good evening.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you, Mr. Pradeep. God bless you.
Okay,
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't get a volunteer for attendance, but we will share, the admin will share with you on your platform the registration attendance for today. This attendance is daily attendance. Please, that's why if you have not done that before you leave here, write it out here. Since this is being recorded, it will be captured. Write your name, your school, where you are connected from. It's a daily attendance. And by the way, the National SUBEB, UBEB, NAPS, all organizations of school bodies, they are part of this project. So this is very essential for all teachers to be there. If you have been nominated, please give your 100% attention as much as you can. Thank you and God bless you. So
Thank
I'm
you,
not going
ma'am.
to close. Yes. Please make sure you've registered before I close this page. If you have not registered, please do that. It's a daily attendance. I will make sure that Mr. Praise is sending that link to your class at 5 because they send it in the night, but because this is 5 p.m. and it's a Google form, so you register every day that you are in class. Thank you. Please make sure you register because if I send it to your WhatsApp, somebody who didn't come will come and register, and we are not going to work with that. So please register. Make sure that you put your information,
Hello,
to show
ma'am.
them.
No, I'm not
Yes, sir.
seeing the I'm not seeing the link.
Which link are you talking about?
For the attendance.
Forgot.
For what? The attendance. I just told you that the link is not here now because the admin is not on this page. But I'm going to, that's why I'm asking you to write your names down. And then on your WhatsApp group, they will know this. Somebody was taking the attendance of this class last week. I thought he's here, but I don't think he's here today.
I'm here. I'm hearing you.
So you are the one to take the attendance now.
Yeah,
So please,
I
after
think
this meeting,
and me told us earlier that we should write our name, the school name, and
the
our names
contract,
so that it will
yes.
be easier
So
for
that
him to
list,
compile.
exactly. So that list for today also, please send it to me. Did you speak with Mr. Praise, admin?
No, he sent message to the platform for those of us in robotic.
Oh, okay, great. On the WhatsApp group.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please do this one for today again and do the same as he has instructed you. That means he's already noting what you are sending to him.
Yes.
Please. And I will just, after now, chat up with me after now so that I will ask him to give you that link, the direct form link, so that you can always share it on the platform here every day.
Okay, ma'am.
God bless you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. We
So
are
please, if you
grateful.
have not registered, please register so you can see now that it's a serious thing. Maybe people don't know that the school board are requesting for this attendance every day. I didn't say that last week, but I need to tell everybody they are requesting. So people who are giving excuses that they don't have network, like I said on the general platform, if you know you won't be able to coordinate, let your school know so that they'll put somebody else. It's a very serious project and we need to get ourselves ready for this. Please. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank
I
you,
hope
ma'am. God bless
everybody
you.
has dropped their message so that I won't cut off the platform and you have not registered. Thank you, sir.
All right, ma'am. Thank you very much.
The class rep, somebody said you didn't capture everybody. Please, class rep, capture everybody now. I'm giving you 5 more minutes to do that, please, sir.
Okay, ma'am.
Somebody is querying you that maybe they didn't see their name. Please, if you were in class last week and you didn't see your name on the list, let him know.
No, even today we have started the list already today before the class started.
So great. But it's not a link on WhatsApp. It's a link on this platform. It's not
Yeah.
just people on WhatsApp. It's those who attended this class that you are capturing. Please.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. So the link is not for the WhatsApp group. It's for those who attend this class every day. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I believe everybody is done. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you.
My own choice. Please, don't tell me to see at the restaurant. Eat something very much. Otherwise, please leave. You talk to me like this.